This broadcast is partnered by BetterSleep, one of the world's top-rated sleep apps designed to help you fall asleep faster and wake up feeling refreshed. I've never been a consistent sleeper. These days, I rarely get 6 to 8 hours of sleep, and I usually wake up feeling like I barely rested. So I decided to try BetterSleep for a few nights, and honestly, it really helped me. One standout feature is the sleep recorder. I had no idea how much I was tossing and turning, or that I even snored when I sleep, until I played it back. That kind of feedback is super helpful. But what really hooked me were the sounds. I love the water sounds, rivers, lakes, rain, and many others that instantly help me stay calm. And the background music? Incredibly relaxing. It's not just great for sleep, it's perfect for meditation too. You can mix and match over 300 sounds and create your own vibe, whether it's white noise, ASMR, or ambient soundscapes. So if you're like me and you struggle with sleep, head over to trybettersleep.co/Alyx and start your 7-day trial for free. Sleep is a crucial part of your overall health, and if you're not getting the rest you need, it can seriously impact your physical and mental well-being. So don't wait. Download the BetterSleep app and start getting the rest you deserve today. WrestlePalooza, the first ESPN PLE from the WWE, has come and gone. We had some surprises, we had a couple of great matches, and we're gonna talk about it right here in Alyx's World. Hello all, and welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm your host, Alyx, just Alyx, and this is your WWE WrestlePalooza 2025 review, recap, reaction. Are you ready? Let's talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, ESPN went all out for WWE's first pay-per-view. I saw more commercials, more highlights, more reels than actual wrestling. Holy crap. Now, we get it. WWE is more spectacle than actual in-ring performance. We've always known that. But goodness gracious, the amount of ads I saw on this particular show. Like, give us a break.
The women stole the show. Stephanie and IYO was great. AJ Lee looked damn good. Longest match of her career. Cannot wait for her to win titles.
I think it was it 30 minutes exactly? Or just under it? It might as well have been 30 minutes. That was a long match where AJ Lee, Becky Lynch, Seth, and CM Punk, of course. But yeah, like, we saw more ads and more commercials on this show than we saw actual wrestling. But WWE's getting paid, so get your bag. I just don't want WWE to get so far into that aspect of the business that they lose their soul and they forget what we're really here for. But that was a discussion that we already had. When it comes to WrestlePalooza, as a September pay-per-view, it was good. For a B show, not even middle of the year, like towards the last quarter of the year pay-per-view, it was a fine pay-per-view. When it comes to it being the debut premier PLE with all this hype, new era for WWE, it was alright. It was okay. There wasn't really anything that screamed, oh my god, WWE is entering a new era. I came out of the show feeling like same old, which isn't terrible, but it doesn't leave you excited for what's to come. As you've seen, or as you've already heard someone say, due to that super chat, the best part of the show were the women. Stephanie Bakar is your new WWE Women's World Champion, defeating Io Sky with a picture-perfect spiral tap. Or Sky Twister Press, whatever you want to call it. Right? Sky Twister Press? Spiral tap. That looks so goddamn good. I'm so happy they're giving her the ball. And now we know why she was gone for a full month to learn English. Because they were giving her the belt. She has the ball now. She is the top female, at least for Monday Night Raw. What a year it's been for Stephanie. Didn't she start off the year as the North American Women's Champ? And then won the NXT Women's Championship? And then she was a double champ for a couple of months? Then she lost both belts. Or she lost one of the belts and vacated the other. Then they called her up. She was supposed to have a match against Naomi at Paris, but then Naomi got pregnant. And because of that, now she's the Women's World Champion. Imagine if Naomi never got pregnant. Then Stephanie would have just lost. She would have just lost to Naomi, and then that would have been the end of it. God, it's just incredible when you think about all the things that had to align for Stephanie to get to where she is today. So congratulations to her. We'll talk about that match when we get to it, but I'm happy for her. She's earned this. And again, AEW could have had her. AEW could have signed Stephanie Vaquer. But Tony Khan elected not to, and Triple H snatched her up right under their noses. What a fumble on his part. Not the only thing he fumbled. Anyways, the other women's match was, of course, the match I was looking forward to the most, and that was the mixed tag match. Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins versus CM Punk and AJ Lee. You couldn't have booked a better match to have her return on. And I mean that. That easily was one of the best matches I've seen AJ Lee have probably in a while. It's been a hot minute. It's been 10 years, right? That was excellent in all sorts of ways. The only issue I had with AJ Lee's performance, this is just me, were her punches. And that's one of those things where I can't really be upset at her having ring rust, because you could tell there were some instances where she was trying to remember the spots, and I don't know, it felt like she had to improv a few things there, but nah, like, outside of her punches, I thought she looked great. She looked damn good. The double teams in that match were insane. And the counters into the Black Widow, not just on Becky, but also on Seth, that was great. AJ did a curb stomp, and that shit looked good. That was great. I absolutely loved that mixed tag match. And then we get to the rest of the card. I'll say this about the tag match. I enjoyed the tag match. I love the entrance where the Usos came out with the old Down Since Day One Uso theme song, which is, of course, the original to Jey Uso's remix, where the people yeet, and that's great. But can't go wrong with a Jey Uso entrance.
I am heading home from WrestlePalooza. The only matches I was interested in: Stephanie versus Sky and Seth, Becky versus Punk, Lee. It didn't disappoint at all.
And that's what I'm saying. So we share the same, we basically shared the same opinion, Andre. I thought those two the women's matches over-delivered. Probably more than I thought they were going to. So I'm very happy about that. But,
did they end cut match short cause Jay got busted?
I don't think they cut the match short. If they did, I don't think they had much time left anyways. I pretty much feel like they had the match finished, but we'll get into that. Matter of fact, I can talk about that right now because I enjoyed the tag match. When Jey Uso busted himself open hard way, I watched the clip more than I probably should have watched it. It's got to be like a good 7 or 8 times. I couldn't see how he cut himself open. Because I'm thinking he might have Kurt-angled himself at some point. No, like, he raised the chair up, and it came down, and that's all I saw. And I'm like, how did he bust himself open? I think would have happened. and I'm speculating here, I think what might have happened was that he was bringing the chair down and the leg caught the top of his dome, and maybe he scratched himself, or maybe it was the other way around. Some way, somehow, the leg of the chair caught his skull area, and then he cut himself open. Very scary spot. But yeah, I can't figure out what other spot he could have busted himself open with, because that was nuts. But yeah, I was very happy with that match. So glad the Brawns won. The Usos taking the L because of LA Knight being the referee too. So I don't think that's going to be an issue whatsoever. And then the main event. Let's just get to it. Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre. I know most of you are going to roast me for it. Some of you are already roasting me. Go for it. I do not care. I had my fun with the predictions, and I predicted Drew McIntyre to win. And yeah, on SmackDown, I did talk about the possibility of The Rock showing up. He didn't. Shocker. But I don't even care about The Rock showing up or not. That was never going to be a disappointment for me. I already said that I am more interested in Drew McIntyre winning than The Rock showing up. But I still kind of felt like there was a good chance Cody was going to win. Long and behold, that's exactly what happened. Cody just beats Drew McIntyre. And that's it. No follow-up. I'm still trying to figure out what the hell the point was then for doing this with Drew. I am so sick and tired of Drew being the bridesmaid and never the bride. He got his run in 2020, and I've been waiting ever since for him to get that run again. And I felt like this was it, man. Cody didn't need another run. You had a great opportunity for Drew to win the belt here. And you would have been fine with it. If you wanted to give him the belt back, that's fine. By him, I mean Cody. Give Cody the belt back later on. Cool. But let Drew have his run. Right? I don't understand why it's so hard for WWE to just let him have the run. There was nothing wrong with Drew beating Cody Rhodes here. Cody didn't need this win. He didn't. But Cody had to win. I get it. He's the quarterback. But now my problem is, what are they going to do with him? So he's going to go fight Seth Rollins for the crown jewel? Crown? I don't care. I do not care. Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins for that crown jewel, whatever the fuck. That's in Perth and not Saudi Arabia. Sure, whatever. And apparently the show's going to air at like 7 a.m. in the morning. By the way, when I review the show, I will not be reviewing it in the morning. I will be reviewing it in the afternoon. And that's on October 11th, right? On October 11th. So you don't have to worry about waking up, 7 a.m. to catch my live stream. Or, well, you won't be catching my live stream. You have to watch the show. Or waking up in the morning to catch my live stream. You're good. But yeah, I'm just like, so what's next for Cody? See, this is going to tie into what's going to get the most talking time. And that's Cena versus Brock. Because if John Cena was still the champ and he was still a heel, the main event would have been John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. And I guarantee you, if Cena was still a heel, John would have beaten Brock Lesnar. It wouldn't have been a clean victory. He would have found a way to cheat and somehow escape the babyface Brock Lesnar monster. And that would have been a lot more interesting of a match to watch than what the fuck we got. So, everyone that's complaining, and I get it, it's John Cena's final year. You all want him to go out on his feet, having one of the best matches, some of the best matches that you could ever see from him. Putting over talent, the Braun Breakers, the Dominic Mysterios. I understand it, okay? I get it. I understand it. Here's my issue with all of this. You had to know, the moment John Cena turned babyface, he was going to start losing again. Now, I was very shocked Very shocked that he beat Logan Paul, because I had him losing to Logan Paul all day, every day at Clash in Paris. But they surprised me. Logan Paul took the L. Wow. And I even predicted Cena would win this match, because it was going to be the main event, and then they switched it. When they switched it, that's where I just kind of went, never mind. It's clear to me that Cena's going to lose instead, which is exactly what they did. But regardless of whether he won or lost, the moment he turned babyface, y'all had to know that it was not going to go the way you thought it was going to go. I'm sorry. John Cena going out on his own 2 feet was always going to be the plan. Cena is not here. Maybe I should put it this way. Maybe I should phrase my words carefully. Anyone that thought John Cena was going to beat Brock Lesnar in this particular way, with Brock Lesnar just coming back in his first match as a heel, monster heel, why would you have Cena beat him? It was dumb to have Cena beat Brock Lesnar in 2012. So I definitely would not have had Cena beat Brock Lesnar here. He's the beast. He's the monster. So of course Cena was going to lose. And the fact that y'all thought it wasn't going to be anything else but a squash match, especially after watching their match from 2014 SummerSlam? What did you expect? You expected a what were people expecting exactly? A 5-star classic between 49-year-old John Cena and however the hell year old Brock Lesnar. Aren't they the same age? No, for real. Aren't they the same age? Because I think Brock is like either 48 or 49. Anyone expecting a 5-star classic between them, you are setting yourself up for disappointment. I predicted the match wasn't going to be all that good. And quite honestly, I'll be real with you. If we did the match with the roles reversed, with Cena as the heel and Brock as the babyface, it still would have been a subpar, decent to missable, skippable, underwhelming match. I'm just saying. It wasn't going to be a 5-star classic. It was a spectacle. And so, no matter how you play it, what you got was the best it was going to get. A finisher fest. So I guess we can all come to the realization that John Cena's final run, his retirement tour, is pretty much dead it's dead in the water. It's dead in the water. This is one of the worst booked retirement runs I've seen. If WWE would have just stuck to their guns, kept him as a heel, despite what the fans were saying, you could have had him turn babyface after he lost the belt at Survivor Series, and then had him work as a babyface in his final match. And maybe his final match could have been Logan Paul versus John Cena, and then you could have had John Cena beat Logan Paul and then send off his basically send him off with a victory. That would have been the way to do it if you wanted to turn him babyface. For you to just abruptly end his heel turn him babyface, and leave him with nothing to do. And now fans are upset that he lost to Brock Lesnar, although he was never going to beat Brock Lesnar in his return match. And if you're upset that the match was not all that great, what the fuck were you expecting from a 49-year-old John Cena and a 48-year-old Brock Lesnar? I'm seriously asking this question because people are so angry. If you go online, people are saying, that was one of the worst matches I ever seen. John Cena's entire retirement tour it's ruined. And I'm sitting here like, it was ruined when they ended his heel turn. The moment they turned him babyface and ended the heel turn without completing the story, it was already dead in the water. But hey, the fans get to cheer him. You get to cheer him on his way out. But yeah, he was always going to lose this match to Brock. And I'm sorry, the match we got was actually better than I thought it was going to be, because I expected a lot worse, if I'm being honest with you. But we can all agree that that match was worse than the WrestleMania match between Cody and Cena, right? we can all expect that the rematch, and there will be a rematch, calling it now, between Cena and Brock will probably be just as bad. Oh, you're not going to have Brock just beat Cena and they won't run it back. I wouldn't be surprised if they ran it back at Perth. Although I don't really see the rematch happening that soon. If we do Brock and Cena again, most likely Survivor Series. And then Cena will win that match. Or if they really want to milk it, have Brock and Cena be the final match, and then Cena beats Brock in his final match. However way you do it, I could have already told you the outcome you got today was exactly how it was going to be. So I'm not upset. I'm not upset. The moment they announced Cena versus Brock, I already tuned out. Hell, I tuned out way before then. Because it's not for me. John Cena's retirement tour is for the hardcore John Cena fans who grew up with him. I wasn't a fan of cartoon Fruity Pebble John Cena. I grew up loving Dr. Thugonomics John Cena. That's my John Cena. And unfortunately, it's not the John Cena that most people know him as. They know the never give up, C Nation, never surrender, Fruity Pebble, cartoons, bore fest of a John Cena character. And that's fine. I get it. Y'all enjoy. I'm just speaking from my standpoint. What they do with Cena, at this point, I do not care. I don't care. I'm not watching for Cena. He's out the door in the next 3 months anyways. How many dates does he have left? Isn't it like 5 dates left? One of them's at Perth. And then it's like 4 more dates, and it's 2 of them is going to be on Raw. And then there's going to be one at Survivor Series. And then I think, the last one's going to be at Saturday Night's Main Event. And then that's it. No more John Cena. So, I've already tuned out. I have no emotional connection to what they're doing with Cena. Brock squashed him. Oh well. I expected that to happen. Anyone expecting anything else differently, you haven't been paying attention. They will most likely do a rematch. More than most likely. That's literally what they're going to do. I guarantee you. They're going to do a rematch, and then Cena's going to beat Brock. Don't worry. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. Now, when that happens, probably Survivor Series, if not his final match. So anyone else upset, I don't know what to tell you. And if people are calling this show the worst show in WWE history because of that,
Drew McIntyre, the new Dolph Ziggler pensive face.
Yeah, I feel bad for Drew, man. I really wanted Drew to win the belt. But getting back to what I was saying, and I am going to wrap this up so we can move forward. Anyone that was really upset that John Cena lost, and because of that loss, you called this the worst pay-per-view that WWE's ever done. How else would you have booked it? Would you have John Cena just beat Brock Lesnar in his return match after he's been gone? Brock is going to be here. Brock has a lot more long-term value for WWE. He's not going nowhere. They had Paul Heyman come out and introduce him. Paul Heyman came out to introduce him again. Brock is going to be here. He ain't going nowhere. Cena's out the door, y'all. He's gone. As a businessman, you invest more time into the person that's going to be here, right? But also, if you were booking it, Why would you have Cena beat Brock? Like, in what universe would it have been a good idea for Cena to win here? I mean, WWE was damned if you did and damned if you didn't. Because I guarantee you, if Cena would have beat Brock, people would be complaining that they neutered Brock in his return match. It was a good show. It was a good, solid, how many hours? 3.5 hour show. I don't like the fact that it had so many ads. I am beyond done with this PLE with commercials. I don't like that. Okay? I understand that the WWE has to get paid, but the advertisements and the highlights, I'm just like, just give me the wrestling. Okay? We get enough commercial breaks during the week. When it comes to pay-per-views, PLEs, I just want the wrestling. If I'm paying for it, I just want the wrestling. Like, have segments. Have other things in between the matches to keep the show moving. But outside of the ads, women delivered. The other matches were whatever. Seriously, they were whatever. I'm not losing my mind over it. But I'm pretty sure people have a different opinion about things. Y'all give me your opinions about this particular PLE. And you let me know how you feel about it. Did you enjoy it? What score would you give it? I'm curious to know how you felt about it. Thank you all so much for joining me. You could be anywhere here in the wrestling YouTube space. You chose me, and I am grateful for it. So we're going to go ahead and move things along. If this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Wow, your edits help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership. Click that join button and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing, whether it's a live reaction, hot topic, or a review, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks. Hit that super thanks if you would like to donate. After the fact, you can. Also, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, just Alyx Central. Give me a follow on Instagram. Give me a follow on Spotify. Give me a follow on Cameo. Give me a follow on Threads. Follow us on Discord. Follow me on Blue Sky, where the skies are clearer. And give me a follow on TikTok, for I am the tickest of the talkist. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Venmo. And yes, Super Chats are officially on. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast. To get your thoughts played live on the air, email me at justalex@gmail.com for business inquiries, just to say hi, and get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees and Teespring. Are you a Just Alex guy? Then join the club. Get you an I'm a Just Alex guy t-shirt. Hot out the press. Also, get you an old school Deluxe Man t-shirt. Get you a new school Alex's World t-shirt. And many more t-shirt designs coming your way. So stay tuned. Join the cause. Expand the brand today right here. And Alex's World. Also, thank you to BetterSleep for being partners with me on this broadcast. I love you all for continuing to make me a part of your day. Please show your love to the Mod Squad. Ultra! Shine Nice and Fires the Heart, Elias Ademi, New Japan Pro Wrestling Girl, Khalil does everything. Highway Dylan Danger, Teflon Don, the Mod Father, Zeno, Enigma, and of course Big MGM with, let's not forget about her, Mrs. Firestar Heart, Angel Hollenbeck. They all help keep this a safe space for wrestling fans like you and like us. Please be sure you like the video. The more you like the video, the more opportunities I will be given to be recommended here on YouTube. So help boost that algorithm by hitting that like button. Ladies and gentlemen, the World Super Chat Championship is indeed on the line. We got, you know him, you love him, the chosen one, the young Wiccan, the man that always says that you the twos and he's the one. Ronwell Nogales defending his belt tonight. Now, recap, he won this belt at Clash in Paris with a whopping $500 donation. Can he retain the belt tonight? Will anybody come for the belt? Is it going to be one of those easy defenses for Mr. Ronwell Nogales? who I'm pretty sure is setting himself up to take this belt all the way to Royal Rumble, where he will go one-on-one with the awaiting international champion, Corp CA. Now, it'll be interesting to see how well Ronwell Nogales holds up. But yes, I do believe Ronwell Nogales is going to be defending his belt with honor. And if you come for the king, like I always say, you best not miss. So for those who don't know, to win the Super Chat title, you have to donate the most money. And currently, looking at the Super Chats, I think it's Buck's Basement, right? Buck's Basement is in the lead with just $7. So the amount to be at this point right now is $7. Andre has $5. So if you can outbid $7, then there you go. You'll be the Super Chat champ. Now, if Ronwell decides not to donate tonight, then of course he ends up winning. He ends up dropping the belt to whoever has the most money. Although I have a feeling Mr. Ronwell Nogales is just biding his time to see who's going to donate. But we still have plenty of time. So get your donations in. And by the end of the stream, we will crown either a new champ or Ronwell Nogales will retain. And then he will have to defend his belt at Crown Jewel on October 11th. Alright, who's here? Who is joining us for this lovely live stream? We got Maddo, Slim Bates, JJ, who let the dogs out? Who? JJ Bulldog. We got Philip French, who says the show is ma. Me. He's been waiting for me to do that. He's been waiting for me to do that. There you go, Philly French. WWE Movie Maker. We got Sean Yoder. I see Izzy in his house. There's Road Punk. Good to have you here, Road Punk. I see King. Callum Just I Slip Winners Circle Inc. I don't even think I said your name right. That's a long name. Welcome, sir. We got Little League Dueling. That's a new one. Are you new? Little League Dueling. I like it. David Durham. Facey Alex, The Rock isn't coming back. Well, I might have to accept the fact that my predictions of The Rock coming back are just going to keep getting slammed and roasted in the live chat, because I'm going to keep predicting it. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to keep predicting it. I'm going to keep being wrong until I'm right. I see Sean Wall. We got SD Kai. I see the People's Wrestling Channel. Good to have you here. Scroll up a little bit. Joseph Winters. Trey Lucado. Chris Wrestling Views. Good to have you here, sir. Asuna Luna. King Aza. Torin. Good to have you here, Torin. Got people from my NXT stream showing up here. Love that. Yes, Crown Jewel will be airing 7 a.m. in the morning. Have fun with that. But don't worry, the live stream will not be at 7 a.m. in the morning. It'll be in the afternoon. Straight from the Heart. Let me see who else is here. I think I might have said... No, we got plenty of people. Simply Deep. Wave Face Killer. Illa, Simply Deep 1985. Vasal de Gaulle. Haven't seen you in a minute. And last one's going to go to Janky. Is Wonky. Never mind. Wonky 23. Thought it was Janky. It's Wonky 23. He says, can you smell what The Rock is cooking at Saudi Arabia? Of course. That's when he shows up. Saudi Arabia.
What do you think is next for John Cena?
Well, he's going to be at Perth. I doubt he's going to fight Brock Lesnar, so that's a good question. We're going to have to figure that out. I have no idea what the hell the show's going to look like in the next few weeks, because you're going to be setting up the crown matches, so Cody and Seth are going to be talking to each other. And I think it's Stephanie and Tiffany? Yeah, Stephanie Baker and Tiffany Stroh. Ooh, that match should be good. That ought to be a good match. We'll see. We'll see. But I'm not looking forward to that crown shit. I'm over it. Like, we got King of the Ring. Why do we need... I don't know. They gotta do it, so whatever. Hopefully we'll be building we'll be building to Survivor Series in the midst of all that. Because Survivor Series ain't happening until the end of November. Which is a long way. It's a long ways off. But y'all can tell me, what do you want to see John Cena do? Because remember, he has a match at Perth, but he also has to do Survivor Series and then Saturday Night's Main Event. So, he has 3 more shows to appear on, ultimately. And then that'll be it. Alright. Once again, thank you all for being here. Go ahead and like the video. And, of course, give me your thoughts and opinions. Give me your scores. Give me your grades for WrestlePalooza. Let me know how you feel about it. Let's get to it, man. WrestlePalooza 2025 was live in Indianapolis, and I do believe they sold this event out, even though the ticket prices were astronomically high for no reason whatsoever. Let me actually look at the attendance from WrestleTix. I think it's like 18,000 if I'm not mistaken. No, it's not actually. It's 15,000. Yep, they sold it out. 15,000 exactly. They packed it out. Packed it to the brim. Despite the fact that these tickets were super expensive. When it comes to the production and how the show was shown on ESPN, there was this whole debacle of, how are we going to find the show? It's going to be hard to locate. Oh my God, they might not be able to see the show because they have to pay twice depending on where you're watching because of the cable provider. Some people not having it, some people having it. From what I'm seeing, everything went smoothly. On SmackDown, they literally had like 4 or 5 segments, including commercials of people showing you how to watch the pay-per-view, the PLE, by going on either your phone app and just pushing the play button. I watched it over PS5. My console, it was easier for me to find. And then, of course, if you're watching it on desktop, I think it's stream.espn, wherever the hell.com. And then it's right there. ESPN Unlimited, whatever. For the most part, based off of what I'm seeing on Twitter, nobody had any issues. Luckily. If you did have issues, please let me know and let me know about it. I want to know, what was the issue? Did you handle it? Was it fixable? Did you fix it? Or did you say, screw you, I'm going to go watch AEW All Out? But, yeah, I had no issues with it. I figured it out the moment I downloaded ESPN Plus. It was just going to watch, and there it was. So, the $30 a month. I preferred what Peacock was doing. I don't like spending this much money, and you already know that after September 2026, it's going to go up. I'm already expecting them to charge us $45. Because why not? It's just, they like playing games with the prices, and I don't like that. I really, genuinely don't like the fact that everything just feels more expensive. It also hurts that a lot of people were canceling their Disney Plus subscriptions, not just Disney Plus, but Hulu and ESPN Plus, because of Jimmy Kimmel losing his show for dumb reasons. So I do have to wonder how that affected WWE's overall viewing experience. But for me, I had no issues with it. I enjoyed it. What I didn't enjoy were all the highlights and video packages. Now, the opening video package was nice. I enjoyed that. That was well done. Looking through the history of WWE about ESPN and how we got here and all that kind of stuff. That was great. I like that. But that should have been the only video package highlight that I've seen. We got tons of other highlights that I just thought were a waste of time on top of the ads in between them. Ladies and gentlemen, there was barely any wrestling for the first 45 minutes. I'm not joking you. For the first 45 minutes, there was barely any wrestling. And I say barely because that's when Brock and Cena happened. I'm just saying. And we have to consider that going forward. I do believe these shows should be a little bit more compact, if you know what I mean. We need to be doing more with these shows instead of what we're not doing. You know what I mean? But I get it. It's their first night, and they're testing the waters to see what they can do, what they can get away with. I'm not upset about that. I just hope, and I mean this, I just hope we don't make a habit out of making this commercial PLE central. I just want to see my wrestling. I did see someone say they're probably going to make us pay an extra fee on top of the subscription to see it. You mean like what AEW is doing? God, I hope not. All right, first match, John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. Love the entrances. John Cena came out with a group of kids. Was kind of hoping Brock Lesnar would run up the ramp and just bowl over them. Like we're playing. I would have laughed my ass off if Brock Lesnar ran up the ramp and just bulldozed over them like we're playing bowling and that with bowling pins. That wasn't going to happen. You had Alicia announce John Cena, the greatest of all time, the never seen 17, greatest announced his presence, blah, 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 blah. Last real champion, John Cena. And then Paul Heyman came out to announce for Brock Lesnar. That was awesome. Reigning, defending, undisputed, Brock Lesnar. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. That was great. Then the match started. And people went absolutely crazy. Y'all should see the online reaction. I can already tell people are calling it the absolute worst match in John Cena's career, the worst match in WWE this year. Oh my God, you had Brock squash John Cena. It was literally the same match they had at SummerSlam 2014. Literally the same match. With actually a lot less suplexes, but it was no different. It was literally the same match. And I love their match for SummerSlam 2014. That was one of my favorite matches all year. But I was emotionally invested when that happened. To see Brock Lesnar end the streak and then absolutely destroy John Cena. That was amazing. Here, I don't care. There is no investment. What investment? What do you want me to say? John Cena went into a fight that he was not going to win. It was Brock Lesnar's first match back. Brock had to be dominant, and he was dominant. He ran through Cena. And he hit 6 F5s? Now, I did like that John Cena got 10 seconds of offense on him, only for Brock to kick out at 2, and then Brock to hit 6 F5s on John Cena. Can I get a 7th? And then pinned him, 1, 2, 3. Wasn't even a match. It was a massacre. It was a squash match. He destroyed John Cena. And if you go online, people make this feel like it was one of the worst matches that WWE has ever done. Triple H can't book. WWE has sold out. Oh my goodness. And I have to ask you, what were you expecting them to do? What the hell were you expecting WWE to do? Why would you have John Cena win here? Brock Lesnar is going to be here long term. He ain't going nowhere. There's a lot more value in Brock Lesnar than John Cena. Cena's at the door in a couple of months. He only has 5 dates left. But on top of that, you had to know the moment they turned John Cena babyface that he was going to start losing again. I'm sorry. Now, if they had kept John Cena as a heel, then there would have been a likely chance. No, I'll even say this. There would have been a highly likely chance Cena would have won this match. Because then Cena would have been the heel, Brock would have been the babyface, and then you would have found a way to have him scurry out and beat Brock, and then fight Cody at Survivor Series, lose the belt there, go babyface, and then losing his final match. But regardless, he would have won the match if he was a heel. But then fans complained about oh, why is he a heel in his final run? I want to cheer him. So they turned him babyface. People loved it. And then now you're upset that he lost to Brock Lesnar. Now people are saying John Cena's retirement tour is an absolute bust. And I'm looking at y'all like, it was an absolute bust when they stopped his heel run. When they ended his heel run, that was it. That was it for me. I stopped caring after that. I did. I don't care about anything he does. I'm not interested in what he does at Perth. I'm not interested in what happens at Survivor Series. More than likely, he'll have a match against Brock. I wouldn't be surprised if it's one-on-one. Hell, it might be at War Games. They might throw, let me see, Seth, the Bronze, and Brock? Yes, Seth, the Bronze. Well, no. Hold on. Let me think about this for a minute. We gotta add one more in there. So Seth, the Bronze, Brock, and who would be the fifth one? Because you gotta have Roman. You're gonna have Roman Reigns. You're gonna have the Usos. You're gonna have CM Punk, and you're gonna have John Cena, right? So if you do that, and you find a fifth person to fill in, I'm not too sure who would fill in there, but you can do a War Games match, and then Cena can fight Brock in his final match, and then win that one if you want to. But yeah, I don't know what else you expect to have Cena do here. He lost. He was going to lose. Personally, I thought it was kind of funny that he got squashed again. I would have at least had him get some kind of offense, but the fact that Lesnar just ran through him was absolutely hilarious to me. So, it is what it is. Some people said Solo. Probably. That's lame. Solo. Alright. But we here. Brock won. You'll be okay. I promise you, you'll be just fine. I doubt anyone's going to lose sleep. You're going to lose sleep over, well, Cena losing here. Because I do see Cena, whoever he's fighting, winning in his final match. And he might win at War Games, too. But I'm pretty sure y'all have a lot more to say about that than me, so y'all have fun. Logan Paul, there it is. So we just found him. So Logan Paul, Seth, the Bronze, and Brock versus Cena, Roman, the Usos, and let me see, Cena, Roman, the Usos, and CM Punk. If not CM Punk, probably LA Knight. We'll figure that one out. There you go. Easily the worst match on the show. Didn't even grade it. Just a dud. The next match, of course, was the tag match. The Usos, who came out with their OG down since day one-ish theme at first. Told them to get them camera lights up, and then they yeet it. Pause all over the place to Jay's remix theme. Great entrance for the Usos. The Bronze came out. This match was good. I felt like there was some good chemistry between all four of them. Braun Breaker continues to be the highlight of all his matches because he's just a freak. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how Jey Uso busted himself open. Can't figure that out. LA Knight was added to the match as a special guest referee literally tonight. And they're going to play that into the feud between LA Knight and Jey Uso, which will probably lead into a lot of other feuds down the line. You could tell that's going to be something that carries the show over because they really don't have a lot of feuds going. But, yeah, LA Knight was involved. He let some things go. It essentially became a tornado tag match, no disqualification because LA Knight doesn't care. They had chairs, they had tables. And, again, at some point, Jey Uso had a chair in his hand. He goes to swing it, and the next thing you know, he's busted open. And I'm still... I can't for the life of me... I can't picture exactly where Jey Uso cut himself open. But he did. So, the Usos lose. The Bronze win, as they should. Jey Uso will go on to feud against LA Knight, and then we'll get back to this at War Games. And hopefully, we wrap this up sometime soon, because I'm not too sure what else we're going to do with Jey Uso here. Are we going to keep him in a tag team? We're going to have Jay and Jimmy fight for the tag team titles? You could. But would that be the right direction for them? We'll have to see, right? Stephanie McCurr versus Io Sky was the next match. Women's World Championship. This match was awesome. Awesome match. Great chemistry. Great wrestling. Without a shadow of a doubt. It's just more feathers in the cap for Io Sky, who's had one of the best years. If we get to the end of the year and Io Sky continues to have matches like this, because you know she's going to end up fighting Asuka, who didn't interfere, by the way. I was expecting Asuka to interfere and cost Io. Io just lost, interestingly enough. But if she continues to have great matches of this caliber, Io Sky is going to be in line for Wrestler of the Year. And I mean that, like, overall Wrestler of the Year, Io Sky. And I mean it. But no interference. And Stephanie won, fair and square, with the spiral tap, or the sky twister press, whatever you want to call it. I'm calling it the spiral tap, because that's what the hell it is. Stephanie won. She beat Io Sky clean with the spiral tap. And that spiral tap looked so goddamn good. Picture perfect. Picture perfect. I couldn't have done it better. I couldn't have seen a better spiral tap if I tried. I absolutely loved it. It was great. And this is her, let me see. This is her first Women's World title. And I gotta reiterate, she most likely would not have won this title. She most likely would not have won this title if Naomi didn't get pregnant. Naomi would have beaten her at Clash. And whoever was going to fight Naomi here was going to lose. So this probably would have been Io Sky versus Naomi, and then Naomi would have beaten her. But opportunity knocks. That's why Stephanie was gone for that full month, because she was working on her English, so she can be the women's champ. But congratulations to her. That's awesome. And I mean that. I am so happy for Stephanie, because she's worked so hard to get to where she is. It's crazy that when you look at the year she had, she opened the year as your women's North American champ, and then she beat Julia for the NXT women's title. So at one point, she was the double duels champ on NXT. Then she dropped both belts, moved up to the main roster, and then within months, she's the top champ on Raw. Like, what a first year for her. What a great year that it's been for her. I don't know how else she would have booked her first year better. One of the fastest rising superstars in WWE. Congratulations to her. And you already know the matches are going to be banger. So we got Stephanie and Rhea. Holy crap. You got Stephanie and AJ. Holy crap. Stephanie and Becky. Holy crap. Stephanie and... Man, you could do Stephanie and Asuka. Holy crap. Stephanie... Hell, I'll even take Stephanie and Bayley. You also got Stephanie and Lyra. Lyra will give her a great match. Raw's women's division is going to cook. I didn't even say Stephanie and AJ. What about Stephanie and Naomi when she comes back? Oh, it's going to be a great year. And then we got Liv Morgan just waiting in the wings. And then Roxanne Perez, you already know Roxanne Perez is getting that belt, right? We don't have to have this discussion. You know Roxanne's winning that belt, and we got to do Roxanne versus Liv Morgan. Just saying. So, this is going to be a great year for Stephanie. It's going to be a great year for her. I'm excited for her. So, congrats to her. The match I was looking forward to, of course, was the mixed tag match, which should have been the main event, if I'm being honest with you. It should have been the main event, but the mixed tag match, AJ Lee making her return debut, her debut match after 10 years, her return match after 10 years, with CM Punk taking on Seth and Becky. before I talk about the match, can we give Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch their props? They have done some of the best work I've seen heels do to get over AJ Lee. I could not have booked her return any better. This match was absolutely fantastic. Easily match of the night. And I think it might be one of my favorite AJ Lee matches that she's ever had. And I mean that. AJ Lee has had her share of great matches. This might be my favorite. Because of the story and the implications behind it. And the fact that it's her first match after 10 years. I absolutely loved it. I absolutely loved this match. And it was all surrounded around AJ. Because the first 15 minutes was Becky and Seth getting heat on CM Punk. Stopping him from getting that tag on AJ. And then them blocking him, tripping up AJ and all that. Until eventually AJ got the hot tag. The crowd went crazy. And then the match just got wild after that. The match just went absolutely bonkers after that. AJ Lee starts suplexing, hitting the Black Widow, Hurricane Ranas. And the only issue I had were her punches. You can tell AJ was windmilling. Like, just windmilling instead of just actually throwing a punch. Which is whatever. I just kind of accepted that. I'm just like, that's just kind of her. Her having, dare I say, like, ring rust there. Not really thinking about what she's doing. Just getting into it. But, yeah, she was, she still looked good. Despite the punches, which were kind of weird. The Luthez press looked good. Her the Black Widow counters looked great. The double teams were fucking fantastic. Love seeing AJ get the Tornado DDT off of Seth Rollins. Love seeing the slice bread number 2 double team where AJ hits a slice bread on Seth, but then splashes Becky Lynch. That was fucking awesome. AJ hooking in the Black Widow, CM Punk, who still for some reason can't find a way to hook in the sharpshooter. Hooking in the sharpshooter, that was great. That table spot scared the shit out of me on the outside, where you had Punk and Seth on one side, Becky and AJ on one. Becky tosses AJ at the men, and the table just collapses, and you're like, oh, crap. Right? And even I was like, oh my God, please be okay. Please be okay. Please be okay. Not okay, but okay. Please be okay. She was okay. But she took that looked scary though. That scared me. She's fine though. So her punches are connecting. Her punches weren't connecting, but she made up for it in those instances. How about that? Catch me outside. How about that? Then the finish was great. Loved the finish. So the men are out because the tables were done. I did love seeing the women interacting with the men. Seth just straight up leg tripped AJ. She hit the mat really hard on that leg trip. He just pulled her down. I was like, God damn, bro. Unnecessary. Completely unnecessary. But CM Punk ended up hooking in the sharpshooter on Becky, which was great. Just sharpshooting Becky. And I think after that, AJ hit the curb stomp on Seth. That was great. Loved that. And then the counter, I love how AJ, I forgot how he did it, but Seth he picked up AJ, picked her up, and then tossed her, and she hit a Hurricane Rana spin into the Black Widow, which was great, by the way. It looked so smooth. It looked so goddamn smooth. So, the ending, of course, saw AJ Lee hooking the Black Widow on Becky, and Becky rightfully tapped out. So there you go. AJ Lee and CM Punk win, and AJ Lee will now go on to fight Becky for the IC title. Now, we're going to get this done, as in this year. Survivor Series at the latest. Don't hold this off until WrestleMania. Let's make this happen this year. We need to get AJ inside the ring as much as possible, so she can work off that ring rust. She needs to work off that ring rust. That's all I'm saying. She's here, so use her. Work off that ring rust. So, I'm expecting to see Becky versus AJ. sometime in the future this year. And that's going to be a fun, awesome, great match to see. So, match of the night, Punk and AJ win. Should have closed the show, because the match that closed the show, oh, God. I got my hopes up for no reason. Not about The Rock returning, but about Drew winning, and I was disappointed. So, Drew McIntyre, unfortunately, did not beat Cody Rhodes, but that was your main event, Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes. And the match was good. It wasn't a bad match. It was just a match. Your typical main event match for the championship. There was a part in the match where Cody stumbled. Like, for some reason, I don't know what happened, but he, like he was selling a concussion. Maybe it was him selling the kick through the table or something like that. I was thinking, in my opinion, I was thinking that he was selling that. Maybe he actually had a concussion and he got a little loopy there for a minute. I don't know. That was weird. But outside of that, it was just a regular match. Drew was gonna kick Cody's head in, or kick it through the table again, and then Cody got out of the way. Drew ended up hurting his own leg, and then that played into the finale of the match. Cody hits the crossroads and pins on 1, 2, 3, and that literally was the match. Nothing came from it. Drew didn't attack him afterwards. The Rock didn't show up. Orton didn't show up. Literally nothing else happened. And I had to wonder, did Triple H just have the show close with Cody because it was the WWE title? Because I don't like the fact that they closed this match and they had nothing for it. Like, you could have at least had Seth go out there and set up their match for Crown Jewel. Or have Randy Orton appear to set up something. Anything. If there was nothing that was going to come from this match, quite honestly, you should have just closed with Punk, AJ, Seth, and Becky. Because that was the best match in the entire night. Man, I'm so sick and tired of them not showing any kind of love and respect to Drew McIntyre. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. This was the perfect time to give him the belt. I got the idea that Cody just won the belt. You don't want him to lose it. I don't care. I genuinely do not care. Like, Drew McIntyre won the WWE title during the pandemic. He won it during the pandemic, and he carried the show through the pandemic. Drew carried this show through the pandemic. Only for him to never win that title again. And that's been the biggest disappointment. After everything that he's done, what does he get for it? He won the title when nobody was there. He beat Brock Lesnar, by the way, clean. And then we got nothing out of that. And I thought this was the time to reward him with something. Even if it is a short reign. Have him hold it for a couple of months. Cody can win it right back. I do not care. But Drew should have held this belt. Maybe have Orton feud with Randy Orton in the midst of all this. So, there you go. Cody just beats Drew, and that's how they closed the show. Nothing came from that. And that's WrestlePalooza. So yeah, like I said before, it was a good show. I'm not going to sit here and tell you the show was bad. It was a good wrestling show. Things happened. The major thing outside of the matches that I didn't talk about, and I'll talk about now, was Undertaker making an appearance and him sitting by Stephanie, which is awkward because he kidnapped Stephanie and tried to marry her. That actually happened. Those of you who watched WWF, WWE in the 90s know what I'm talking about. Taker kidnapped Stephanie and tried to marry her before she was married to Triple H. But he sat next to her and announced that she will be the first inductee into the Hall of Fame class of 2026. Which I am 1,000% for. Congratulations, Stephanie McMahon. She is a pioneer, a pillar in the women's division. She's done a lot, off-screen and on-screen, for WWE. She was a writer. She was a producer. Of course, she worked in marketing. At one point, she was the boss. When Vince McMahon stepped down, she was the boss. And then he came back, and then they sold the company, and now Ari, and then Ari Emanuel. Wrong one. Ari Emanuel is in charge now. So, yeah, 100%. I'm absolutely for Stephanie getting the Hall of Fame treatment. But, outside of that, in terms of a September PLE, after SummerSlam, it was good. When it comes to it being the premier ESPN, blow you away special, all-timer WWE show that you're going to remember for generation, no. It was okay in that aspect. It wasn't anything that I would go back and watch again. But I sat through it, I watched it, and I enjoyed it. So there you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. That is my review of WrestlePalooza. You guys now have the floor. So, I don't know where Ronwell Nogales is, but homeboy, if you don't donate something within the next few minutes, then I'm going to have to give the world title to Buck's Basement. Did anyone see Ronwell show up? Is he here? Because I saw him in the A&B Convo stream. Well, Ronwell Nogales, the amount to beat is $7. I would hate for him to lose the belt by no-show, and Buck's Basement takes it with $7. So, no, never mind.
If Cody versus Drew closes, then Rock should have appeared to help Drew become new champ, but no, he didn't. Punk, AJ Lee versus Seth, Becky should have closed the show. I know folks will disagree cause no one wants him anymore, but still.
Yeah, of course, because he no-showed WrestleMania. But, well, there you go. There's Ronwell's $20 donation. I agree with you, Ronwell. Like, that should have been the way we closed it. Give us something. Give us something to work with. Well, Ronwell Nogales just took the lead with $20. Buck's Basement is at $7. We'll give them a couple of minutes to see if they want to respond or if they just want to let Ronwell take the win. Was kind of hoping other people would show up to challenge Ronwell, but this might be an easy title defense. Ronwell might just take it with $20. By the way, Ronwell, your next title defense, I'm gonna just go ahead and plug it in. If you do win, will be Crown Jewel in October, which I believe is in 3 weeks. And then after that, you don't have to worry about defending the belt until Survivor Series, which is like 6 weeks after Crown Jewel. So you'll have plenty of time to just chill and then build up your funds, because I have a feeling Survivor Series is going to be a lot more interesting. How about that? Well, let me get the Superchat cover up here, though. So I'm going to go ahead and enter in Crown Jewel. In the meantime, y'all give me your thoughts. Like, give me your scores, give me your grades. How y'all feeling about this show? Like, how did y'all honestly feel about it? Like, be honest with me. You know, I want your unfiltered opinions about, did the show disappoint you? Did you not even watch the show? Were you watching AEW All Out? Let me know. Like, I'm very curious to know what everyone's overall opinions on this show is. And I'll look at them in just a second as soon as I fix up the title defense, which is WWE Crown Jewel 2025. And that's going to be October 11th. Drew Usher, he's like, I'm here, but I'm chilling, not competing, just know I'm always lurking. Okay, Drew Usher's just gonna let him win? You're gonna let him take it with $20, Drew Usher? My man, I'm pretty sure you got something in your pockets. But I think Drew Usher saw that. Drew Usher saw that $500, saw how Homeboy was rolling, and said, "Nah, I'm gonna pick my spot with that one." Ronwell is another. I told y'all, Ronwell is another Three Diglets. He's another Three Diglets, but not actually Three Diglets. Like he got pockets, but he don't got them big millionaire unlimited amounts of money pockets. But of course, we'll find out if he still keeps the belt by the end of the show, because we still got a couple minutes. But $20 is where he's sitting at, pretty. Let's see here. Cross 306, 1980. 6.5 out of 10. All right, show, but it's one that's just there. Yeah, middle of the road is fair. Middle of the road is fair for sure. Uh-oh. Looks like we have a troll. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Don't know who that is. Apologize. That one just appeared out of nowhere. So block that troll from the chat. I do apologize, though. That's not fun. But that's now gone. Ron Nogales gives it 6.3, I guess. Yeah. Everyone's giving it a low score. Drew Usher says, I'm about to get my gaming PC. I'm about to get a new PC, too. Joseph Winter says he didn't watch any wrestling because he was at work. Apparently Jungle Boy returned. I did see that Jack Perry returned, and him and Luchasaurus are a tag team again. So they're bringing back Jurassic Express, and they're bringing back the Acclaimed. Apparently the Acclaimed is about to get back together as well. So they're rebuilding their tag team division. Good to see that. Don't know why they split up the Acclaimed to begin with. That was weird. I'm trying to remember what else I saw, because I didn't watch AEW All Out. I saw Beth Phoenix showed up. I also saw Edge, Adam Copeland, did his tribute to John Cena. That was great. The fact that Stephanie is going into the Hall of Fame before her father is hilarious. I love it. Darby set John Moxley on fire. Oh, wait. You're right. I did see that clip. You're right. A&B Combo show was a 7.5. Hold on, let me do it right. Ladies and gentlemen, the premier reaction channel here in the YouTube space, A&B Combo's Wrestling Edition, says the show was a 7.5, a 7.5 at best. Brock Senior worst match of the night. Stephanie EO best match. Kneeling Shoe of respect at the end was everything. Mixed tag favorite match, and smash the like button. Thank you, appreciate that, sir. Yeah, Darby Allin set Moxley on fire. I did see that. Chris Statlander won the women's championship. I don't hate that. I love me some Chris Statlander. Didn't expect her to win. Apparently, like, no one did. But yeah, what a surprise that was. Caught me off guard. Drew Usher, bro, hell no. I'm subscribed to HBO Max and they still wanted me to pay another $40 on top of that. Yeah, I don't like that. Like, if you have HBO Max, you should honestly get AEW for free. Now, if you want to have us pay like $40 for like Revolution, Double or Nothing, like the major ones, like All In, I understand that. But like, I'm sorry, like Wrestle Dream, All Out, no, absolutely not. Eddie Kingston's match was bad. I heard Eddie's match was terrible. I still don't understand why Eddie fought Big Bill. I'm still trying to figure out what was the point of having Eddie fight Big Bill. That part I don't understand. Maybe you guys can help me understand that part. Beth signed with AEW now. Oh, she's signed, so she's permanently there. Ooh, Beth Phoenix in AEW? Is she gonna have a match? Okay. Yeah, I actually like the fact that Chris Statlander won the women's title. I like that. That's really good. That's really cool. I'm glad that she got to experience, at least have that belt around her. That was such a weird match to do for Eddie's return, though. Eddie versus Big Bill, that makes no sense. Cross says, I wasn't a fan of AJ making the World Heavyweight Champ look like a fool. Why not? Like, I'm happy that Seth sold for AJ. We need more people selling for people like AJ and CM Punk. That's part of the problem, that not enough people are selling for them. Let me see here. Apparently, Beth is called Beth Copeland. Beth Copeland. All right. Zeno Enigma is here. He's the guy that made my cover. Let him know how you feel about the cover, ladies and gentlemen. He works hard for it. He works hard for the money. So hard for the money. KB Brown, did WrestlePalooza really have commercials? Oh my god, oh my goodness, bro. It had too many fucking commercials and ads. It was ridiculous. BT23, I don't understand why Beth is part of the story with Cope and Christian, because don't see FTR and Mother Wayne versus Cope and Christian and Beth. Yeah, I don't quite understand it either. We'll have to see how that goes. Game Shock says All Out was a 7 out of 10, while WrestlePalooza was an 8.5 out of 10. Oh wow, All Out was bad? Okay, like, honest opinion, who actually saw All Out? And who can give me an honest, objective opinion on what show was better? Because I didn't watch All Out. I didn't spend the $40-50 to watch it this time. I am gonna watch, hopefully I'll be able to watch WrestleDream. But for those who actually watched both shows, be honest with me, which show was better? Which show was actually better? FTR ended up attacking Beth. Really? They laid her out? Even though she just showed up? Maddo said AEW... All That was a 7 out of 10. WWE was a 4 out of 10. Ugh. Wow. Okay, so AEW was a better show for you. SD Kai says AEW was better. Game Shock says WrestlePalooza was better. Chris Statlander has come a long way. She was his alien character. Then she involved. Now she's the women's champ. Daniel White yesterday said he did. Daniel White said yesterday he doesn't he doesn't care about professional wrestling and doesn't watch it, which that explains how Triple H books the shows. Roll Punk. Sorry, asking too much, but do you mind if we talk on Discord, because I want to get something off my chest about Saudi Arabia? Yeah, man, we can talk about Saudi Arabia. Game Shock says he's not dissing All Out, but he just thought WrestlePalooza was better. All right, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that, my friend. KB Brown, would you be interested in All In 2027 coming to Houston? I would be interested in AEW having a WrestleMania-like show in place of WWE going to Saudi Arabia in 2027. Yes. Mean Boy 96 for life. All Out was a 8 out of 10. WrestlePalooza was a 6.5. Oh, okay. So he thought All Out was better. That's interesting. Alright, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call it. Congratulations to Ronwell Nogales for retaining his belt with $20. Didn't really see much of a defense for him. He just came in, dropped 20, kept his belt. Congratulations. He will have to defend the belt again at, I'm going to show it here, Crown Jewel in 3 weeks, October 11th. And that stream will be held in the afternoon. So you don't have to worry about not watching the show or whatever. Quite honestly, I'm going to take my time watching it myself, buddy. Because I do not care. I genuinely mean this. I do not care about the Saudi Arabia, not even Saudi Arabia, but these Perth Crown Jewel shows. I just don't care, if I'm being honest with you. But there you go. Thank you guys for watching my WrestlePalooza review, live stream. Let's talk. Let me see here. I do have a Collect-A-Con coming up on October 11th, 12th. That means 10 to 5 p.m. So honestly, I could go home and defend my title at 6 to 7 since I need to meet voice actors and Goku again. Well, dude, like, it's gonna be in the afternoon, so, like, I'm not, trust me, I'm not waking up, 10 a.m. in the morning to review a show. Don't worry. The live stream will probably be around, around 6 or 7, quite honestly. Early evening, late afternoon, 6 or 7. So you can just come in and we'll see. Maybe might be another easy defense because I doubt anyone will care. So there you go. See you all on October 11th. For that, as for the rest of the shows, I'll be here live streaming for Raw and SmackDown, as always. Of course, on Saturdays, we have Corp CA defending his belt. And that will definitely be a title defense that you can't miss either. So, yeah, there you go. Thank you guys for watching. Do all the YouTube things, like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and Venmo. I love you all, and I'll catch you guys next time right here in Alyx's world, the place that is, was, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. See you on Monday for Raw. Peace.
When you're